What year was this? Mike Nawrocki?
Hello, I think this was 98?
99.
99, something like that?
No, 2000, wasn't it?
99, 2000?
Maybe 2000. We don't know when
Let's
it was.
check the box.
We'll check the box later. This is Phil Vischer.
This is Mike Nawrocki.
We're watching Esther.
Yeah, and
The
the
girl
idea...
that would be a vegetable, we think.
This is kind of Godfather-esque.
Yeah.
We just sort of took the story of Esther and wondered what would happen if we told it in kind of a mafia Godfather style.
Yeah, whose idea was that?
That was my idea.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you very much. That's our friend Christy Bramlett, who's doing the voice of Vashti right there.
Yeah, and it was amazing how those curlers were lined up so perfectly. You could see right through them,
right to them,
down
exactly.
them. That's astonishing. That was a little violent. Had a little.
Yeah.
And then there was a version here where he was gonna, hit her.
Oh yeah,
right
yeah.
in
You know,
the
it was
head.
funny.
Oh.
Yeah, the animator thought it'd be funny to whack her in the head with the suitcase.
Yeah.
We
That's
did-
funny, all right.
We did version number 2.
Yeah, maybe we should rethink that.
Yeah.
I liked this scene. I thought it was sublime.
Yeah, with that backlighting and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dry. Made
Yeah.
me a sandwich at the end.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was nice. So why Esther? Why did we do
Well,
Esther?
We wanted to do a story about.
I'm interviewing you because I wasn't all that involved, so I can't really act like I'm the co-director. So I'm the interviewer.
Okay. Well, we wanted to do a story about a female character in the Bible.
I could pretend this is an interview for the BBC. I could interview with you
Okay.
with an accent.
Turn on your arch.
What's this with Esther? Why did you choose Esther?
Use the Queen's English for BBC, please.
Sorry?
Well, it was either Ruth or Esther. Those are the ones that we. Wait. Look, isn't that pretty? Isn't that
That's
nice?
pretty. And
Joseph
the- and the
Pulich did the
score
art direction
is my
and a lot of
favorite
the,
part of the score.
the background paintings here.
Yeah.
So that's very nice. But anyway,
And Kurt
yeah,
did the
Ruth-
score.
yeah, Kurt did the score.
And I helped.
And you helped. Yeah.
And you helped
And,
some too, I remember.
Well, what I did is I picked a lot of the rough score out. So when
That's right.
we went in and we did rough score for that, that was one of the that lonely trumpet solo from The Godfather. We plugged in there as rough score. So
Yeah, I remember
Kurt wrote
that.
his own theme around that.
So why Esther?
Well, female character from the Bible, female hero, and it was just so dramatic. I mean, it was like a perfect. I mean, the story of Esther in the Bible is like a perfect screenplay. You know, just in terms of, the hero character, how it develops, the action, the suspense, the mystery, and so we just thought it'd be a really good lesson in courage. So. So that's why we picked it.
Is that why?
That's why we picked. That's why we picked Esther.
That's sound logic. It was also stylistically somewhat inspired by Casablanca.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Because we were
exactly.
looking for, what happens when you cross a Bible story with The Godfather, and decided it was Casablanca.
And it would have to happen in North Africa.
Yeah, we think so. Okay, so tell me about the design process behind Esther. 'Cause
Well,
I believe, now we were getting criticism at the time, correct, that we didn't have any female role models
Right.
among the vegetables,
Right.
which is, if you're familiar with the work of, say, Jim Henson, or even, a lot of people actually,
Yeah.
when you get a bunch of guys together to tell stories, they tend not to write female parts very well.
Yeah. Well, we have Laura the Carrot. Jim Henson had Miss Piggy.
Yeah, but
Although Miss Piggy was a bit stronger.
yeah, Miss Piggy also came along in like year 10.
Oh, yeah?
For the first
okay.
10 years,
Yeah,
the
that's
only
right.
girl was Prairie Dawn. She was not a very strong role model. And so we had kind of the same problem because Mike hadn't found his inner Miss Piggy like Frank Oz had, for the benefit of Jim Henson. I'm playing Jim Henson in this analogy. Mike will be playing Frank Oz. So we needed a strong female lead.
That's right. So, and Esther was that, and so, but in the Bible it says that Esther was a very beautiful young girl, and so we had to come up with a character, a vegetable character that actually looked pretty.
Implied beauty.
Implied beauty, yeah.
Yeah, which
So
Madame Blueberry never quite did.
No, she never quite cut that.
We thought she was a role model.
Yeah.
Until we watched the film.
So to be beautiful, you have to have an annoying piece of hair hanging in front of your face.
Yes, which is what we learned from The Little Mermaid.
That's right.
Because, man.
Well,
that's
now
beautiful.
Esther's hair was the bane of this production because it just caused so many problems technically. You know, with the way that our software was, you know, that was supposed to happen very automatically. You know, how when she moved, her hair would flow along with her.
Yeah,
and
that's what they
everything.
tell you when you buy a computer animation system. They tell you everything will happen automatically.
Just push the button.
Boy, are
It'll be
they
beautiful.
wrong.
Oh yeah, they're so wrong. And so we had a lot of people tearing out their hair over Esther's hair. So, but
I was
finally
tearing
got it
out
to
my
work.
hair over her eyes.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? Yes.
Oh yeah,
The first version
yeah.
of Esther, there were no whites in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It was all brown, and she looked like a frog.
Or a dog.
Or a dog.
A frog dog.
with dog eyes.
Yeah, we had to go back and add a little white in there.
That's hideous. She's amphibious.
She's hideous.
So we had
She's
to. So you know, you gotta put the whites in their eyes. Or they're amphibians.
Yep, we know that about
That's what
beauty.
we learned, 'cause
we
even
learned a lot
dogs-
about beauty in this.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you started looking more attractive about the same time.
I whitened my eyes but I didn't get them whiter
Because
than my
even dogs
teeth.
have whites in their eyes if they look far enough to the side.
Yeah, if there's like a biscuit over at the side,
Yeah,
you know,
and
and
their
they're
head
kind of
is
lazy and they
stuck
just
under
want
the
to kind
couch.
of look over at that biscuit.
You can see the whites. But Esther, she had no whites. She
right.
was an amphibian, I'm telling you, with hair, and it was freaky.
Oh man.
We did freak out a few people with Esther.
You know what made me kind of upset about Esther?
What?
We spent all this time on her hair and getting her to look pretty and everything, and then we got comments about, you know, her annoying hair.
It's funny. It's funny because this is perhaps the film that got the most immediate negative feedback.
Yeah, it's weird because
And yet it continues to sell really well.
and well, I've had a lot of people tell me that it's their favorite too. So
Huh.
you know, it's their favorite VeggieTales. So I guess it just depends on, you know, your personality and everything.
Yeah, see,
So,
I wrote the
but-
songs, not all the songs. You wrote
yeah, you wrote this one.
You wrote the puppy love song.
The puppy song and
Did
the
you write it?
I
Were
wrote
there
the Haman song. There are those who can't be trusted.
Oh, that's right.
Yep,
That's
yep.
right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but this is a nice
You
one.
wrote those. Thank you. I wrote this one, but it was too Disney, some people said. Too Disney. We got letters saying, I don't like this episode because it's just like a Disney movie. And we got other letters that said, this is my favorite one because it's just like a Disney movie. So what we learned is you can't please all the people all the time.
That's right. Oh wait, here comes Puppy. No, is this Puppy? Oh yeah, here's Puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Now this is
a
funny.
classic.
This is Shar Jackson singing this.
She used to work
and-
at Big Idea.
She used to work at Big Idea, and the great thing about this is she also played the accordion, which I had no idea
Wow.
when I cast her for this part, because we actually had auditions for a bunch of people that worked at Big Idea, and she was, you know, the best, you know, Miss Agnetha.
Yeah, she
because
sure
of that
was.
scream that she has. And so I picked her, and then when we got into the booth, she brought an accordion with her. I found out that she actually played an accordion, so we
Wow.
recorded her singing.
What's that cannonball in the foreground?
Oh, that's actually a light. It's a stage
Right.
light. It's a
Yeah.
bit heavily
I
textured.
say that every time
Did
I
I say
see
heavily
it.
textured? Let's talk about Esther and textures. This whole show is very...
Yeah, it got kinda
heavily-
out of hand on
Yeah,
the
we
end.
learned a lot about texturing in this show, too.
Because early VeggieTales had very little texturing.
Yeah.
And we were trying to, you know, raise the bar
Yeah.
and be all Pixar-y.
Yeah.
And boy, did they lay the textures on a little thick on this one.
Yeah, well, we were textury without being enough anti-aliasy, and so we got a lot of swimming, a lot of swimming around.
Crawling textures.
Crawling textures.
But
so.
back to Miss Agnetha, that wasn't the whole song there. We had to cut it down.
We had to cut it down, yeah.
The show
yeah.
was like 90 minutes long.
Yep. And
By the
that's
time
part-
we got all the dialogue recorded.
Yep, but the full song plays under the credits, I believe. So
Does
the
it?
full Puppy
It's
song.
also on the
Yeah.
sing-along.
It's also on the sing-along. Yep. So, but
See,
yeah,
pretty
but that
eyes
was
'cause of the
yeah.
white.
Oh, and we named her Miss Agnetha. Obviously, Esther is Miss Babylon.
Yeah.
Miss Agnetha was also named after a town in Babylonia, I think.
What town?
Akanitha.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Now
Miss
Babylon,
Akanitha.
that's in modern day Iraq.
It is.
Is it not?
Yes,
So
it
is there a political undercurrent?
Not in
Are you
1998, there wasn't.
Are you taking a position on the conflict?
Nope. It's just all there in black and white in the Bible.
That's great.
Yep. So anyway,
This is quite a camera shot here.
Yeah, this took a long time to render. There's a little bit of swimming in the textures in the back.
a little bit. And this
eliminated most of
was
those.
also the first shot that when we were preparing for Jonah, we re-rendered this at FilmRes.
Oh yeah,
And we're
yeah.
using it as a test.
That's right,
To
yeah.
see if we could pull off clean FilmRes rendering.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
they put their thumbs up, but they don't have thumbs.
They don't have
So
thumbs.
they had to
Little
use
thumbs up.
cards. That's fun.
Yep.
Levitating cards, of course, because they don't have arms to hold their cards up.
Yep.
Whose idea was it to give him the slick down hair look in this one, Mr. And I can't tell you what his name is because he doesn't have a name. He's Wise Man number 1.
Wise Man number 1. Well, he had this. This was after King George and the Ducky, which we did. The wise man who went up the hill and came down with all the bananas.
Oh, really? Did he have his hair slicked down?
Yeah, he had his hair kind of the Hugh Grant look, you know, the
Cool.
slick back.
Now,
look.
wait a minute. What's going on with her crown there?
Oh yeah, this is. See, we got a lot of letters about this one.
boy.
Yeah. Well, we've
See,
managed.
when I was in charge, when I used to direct, I would make sure that the levitating props were very close, and I didn't get any letters.
See, now we established a rule after this. There was a rule established after Esther that the profile of a prop and a character always had to intersect somehow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it looks like it's floating too much. 'Cause
Yeah, and that
we've
could
floated
be-
things for years.
That
We've
could be
just cheated it.
conjectured as magical.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh no, don't say that.
No,
No.
this is not like Harry Potter.
It's
This
just
is just vegetables.
Just make them believe they have hands.
Using, I don't know, spiritual gifts to make things float through the air.
So he's climbing down the vine. Those I like the background paintings here at nighttime. I think they're really nice.
Did Joe do those?
Yeah, Joe did those.
Joe Sapulich, if you want to write him a
Sapulich.
letter. Oh, and
How
the
about that reflection there?
detailing
That's
on the
kinda
mirror
nice.
is very
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
You think she's gonna like
Lovely.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we had started to use depth of field here yet either, which we could have. Maybe there's a little bit.
There's a little bit.
We could have used a little bit more.
Yeah, we could
depth
have.
of field.
We learned a lot that summer.
Yep.
It's really, this show is
depth
like
of field is when you have something in focus in the foreground.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
like
like
okay,
that.
like
That's-
that. But that
oh,
was too
see?
much depth of field.
Yeah, that was too much. When you use too much, it makes it look like they're tiny little models
Yep.
on
yep,
a set.
Yep. You don't like that. That was really hard.
And how's he holding that rope? Okay, we won't go there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's too much depth of field.
Yes, it was. See, they look tiny. It looks like miniatures.
Yep.
Oh well, this
Yeah, and
episode
Larry's kind of floating there too.
is really like a Wonder Years episode.
How's that?
Because we learned so much.
Oh, we learned
that
so much
summer.
that summer.
See, that wasn't cheap, was it?
No.
Was that cheap?
No, that was not
That
cheap.
was not cheap. That just that breath cost more than the whole first show. All of Where's God When I'm Scared was cheaper than that
The
breath.
blowing on that mirror.
Holy mackerel!
I don't remember inviting
These are the Slinky Peas, the Peony brothers.
right?
Yep,
Where'd
yep.
you get the name?
Well, they're peas, and Oni, you know, sounds like Tony, which is Italian.
But what was their name in the Bible? Because this is accurate, you know. Not many people realize how accurate this was. This film was really, really accurate. And there are two guys that tried to kill the king.
It was actually just, I think, there was this plot. I can't remember.
Yeah, there was a plot
Yeah, it
to
was
kill
a
the
plot.
king.
I can't remember if it was
two guys, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I can't remember.
We don't
Yeah.
have a Bible on us.
I should have read the story again before we did
Yeah,
this
we
commentary,
should
I
have.
apologize. I don't think there was a
Oh,
piano
well.
involved in the Bible, though.
No, no, there's not a piano, but
Yeah.
but Mordecai uncovered the plot.
Yep. Yeah,
and
all of the major points.
Told
plot
Esther
points are
about it.
correct.
All of the major plot points are correct.
Yep. Yep.
See? So there. So don't write us any letters about that.
Yep.
Who's this guy?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
Here I am, Chef.
I was just passed a note as a reminder, and now I remember. But it wouldn't do me any good to mention it now because we're not at that point.
Okay.
So I'll mention it
Boy,
when it
that's
comes up
gonna
again.
be suspenseful. We know something you don't
See
know.
if you can notice.
See, just like the Bible. See, he's whispering to the queen, just like the Bible, and she's gonna save the day.
Yep. Yep.
Before he gets the cake, just like the Bible.
Yep.
I don't think there's a cake.
Well,
of
Mordecai
fire.
came and delivered the plot to Esther, so Esther could then tell the king. I don't think
Yes.
it quite happened that fast.
No, but it's more exciting when it does. Look at
There's
that
a cake
snake
splat.
levitating. Or
That's the rope twirling, and then the pea is at the other end of it, so he comes down.
right.
See, yep.
How did the pea get through the little...
There's a lot of
pulley?
detail on that carpet, isn't there?
Yeah,
Look at
that carpet.
Yeah,
Holy
that's kind of out of
mackerel.
control. I don't think there's that
Yeah.
much detail on real carpets.
Oh man, if you wore a shirt with that pattern on it, you would not get into nightclubs. I can tell you that much. And if you can't get into a nightclub wearing
What
the
can you
pattern, well, you've gone too far.
You've
gone too far in your film. I think that's a general rule of thumb.
Oh yeah.
I like the busts of Nezer in the background.
Yeah,
Those
yep.
are nice. And I really like the little smoking urns when we get to that part, but
Oh
we're not
yeah,
there
at
yet.
night, yeah. On the
But we're
Haven
not
song.
there yet, so
Yeah.
don't even try to think about what I just said. Or the note that Mike's holding on his lap
Yep.
to tell you about. Oh, look, there it is.
Princess.
Tell him about it. Oh,
No.
too late. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay, well, I should
Maybe
mention it.
later.
Okay, well, okay, I'm gonna just put it out there for everybody,
Okay.
just in case they want to notice. But in the back of the desk,
Yeah?
there are horizontal blinds.
No way.
Yeah, that are modeled after the blinds in The Godfather. The
Wow.
horizontal blinds in The Godfather's office.
Wow.
Yep,
And then
so-
those little lights in the stairs, are those modeled after lights in the stairs in The Godfather?
No, those are just to create visual interest when it becomes dark in there.
Oh.
Yeah, because we have little point lights later at night.
Okay.
It's kind of like on an outdoor
he
deck.
just threw out the whole island of perpetual tickling thing.
Oh yeah, oh
What's
yeah.
that all about?
Well, as a child, my worst nightmare was to be tickled nonstop.
Really?
I just had thoughts about what it would be like to be tickled, because I kind of like tickling to a certain point. you know?
Yeah,
But then after a
uh-huh.
while, I didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Like me and malted milk balls.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Is that what you were like
I
with
liked
multiple
them
balls?
for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I ate too many, and then I didn't want to have
Okay.
anything to do with them.
So I thought it would be sheer torture as a child to be tickled nonstop.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be kind of nice.
Now, who's the guy in the robe there? What's that?
That's the Grim Tickler.
That's kind of scary, huh?
Yeah. Well, if he holds a big feather and tickles you, it's not all that scary.
Yeah, one of my friends, their 3-year-old, when they saw this for the first, or 2-year-old, they were so scared of that
Buzzing
thing.
stairs thing.
Buzzing stairs.
Sorry about that,
yeah,
folks.
it's a nice fountain though.
Yeah.
They were so scared of the tickler, but they didn't know what it was,
Uh-huh.
and it had a big feather.
Uh-huh.
So they would just say, "Bad bird, bad bird," every time it came out,
Bad
and
bird.
they'd run away and cry.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a
man.
nice shot. Look at that.
Isn't
Oh
that
my
nice?
goodness.
Yeah. Dan
Man,
O'Brien did the
that-
lighting on this.
That wasn't.
Oh, there's those horizontal blinds I was talking about.
Yeah, we should have done vertical blinds. It would have been more 80s.
Yeah.
We could have had Rob Lowe come in at some point.
Well, actually, and then he could have appeared as an assistant to the king.
Sure.
Because, like in West Wing,
Oh yeah, I've
That was
never
a bit of
seen
a
West
stretch.
Wing. Yeah.
See, okay, now see, there's the stairs, the
There's
lights on the
tic-tac-toes.
stairs.
That's foreshadowing from Jonah, where the tic-tac-toe is going to be on Pa's
Oh
head.
yeah, wow.
Not really.
Well, we put tic-tac-toe there just basically to say that the king doesn't do much anything but just kind of
Oh,
sit there and sign
right.
useless edicts.
Right.
But part of the thing we wanted to do, and in the story of Esther, it was a story, one of the themes was genocide. Haman wanted to get rid of the entire Jewish people.
Yeah.
And so we felt that was
That's
a little heavy for a kids film.
Little heavy.
Yeah. So some people appreciated, that we, alluded to that, by the method that we took with the island of perpetual tickling. But
Yeah.
some people didn't appreciate the lightness of it. But
Right.
I like it. I think it works for kids. So it gets
Yeah.
the main idea across.
It's a reinterpretation of the story of Esther,
Right.
really more than a literal retelling.
Right.
Would you say that's
Yeah,
fair to
yeah,
say?
because the Godfather theme, I don't know if that really came in.
Yeah.
So,
Give you what you need.
but
It worked for me.
yeah, I like
This is
it.
a good song. You wrote this song, right?
Yep, I did.
And Kurt helped.
Yep, yes, he does on all of our songs.
It's a nice one.
Go on.
Go on. Was it inspired by anything in particular?
I don't think so. I basically I wanted to come up with his plot, and so I just kind of sat down and started writing out his plot, and it sort of took on a lyrical,
Okay.
a melodic feel.
I remember
you
when
know.
we pitched this script to the animation studio, and you sang that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
No.
it was downstairs in the big conference room. Everyone
okay.
was crammed in,
Uh-huh.
and you were sitting at a table reading the script, and you performed this whole song.
Wow.
And it was quite impressive.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't remember anything. I remember. It's all
Oh, look at a
blur.
little smoke. That's so cool.
Oh, that's nice.
See
Oh,
little-
you see little point lights there on the stairs that we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier?
Oh, yeah.
See, if those weren't there, it wouldn't look half as interesting.
Right, you're right. And that's
Yep.
a nice stamp, and that's based on we both have stamps like that.
Yep, that okay, the
That
concept art.
okay. Phil
along the way.
says okay, and we have to stamp them on art when it's okay. Oh, there's another note.
Oh, here's
coming
another
in.
note coming to me. Let's
There's
see.
a,
This just in
chemical
from
spill
Yugoslavia.
on I-45.
Okay. Oh, wow. The camel from Jonah is on a flyer on the
look
bulletin
at
board.
that.
Yeah, how about that?
Man.
Yeah,
It's a good
yep.
thing some of us are paying attention. The camel from Jonah, but wait a
Wow.
minute, this was before Jonah.
Well, remember we had put
Tell
put
me
it on the
why
I
I don't
don't
understand.
Well, you remember we had started to do development on Jonah at this
Yeah.
point, and we
I-
shelved
I
it.
was just being
and we thought, oh, okay,
rhetorical.
okay, gotcha.
I remember that.
See, the reason why Esther looks so nice and is so highly over-textured is because we
And
were
over
practicing
budget.
and over budget. Was we were practicing. We did Esther the way we did it, as complicated as we did it, so we could learn how to make a movie. So
Right.
we shelved Jonah for a while
This
we,
was Jonah practice.
Yeah, Jonah practice. Yep. And it also turned out to be 45 minutes long too, so
Yeah.
nearly as long as Jonah.
Turned into a movie of its own.
Yeah.
In its own right. Love that texture on its hat there. Little
Yep.
hat rim. Man, that's nice
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Go back and check out Pa Grape's hat in God Wants Me to Forgive Them when he first shows up on the scene, and then compare the geometric and textural detail to this headgear.
Yep.
Woo-wee! That's something.
Yep. Yep. If we could all go back and clear up the buzzing in that.
Yeah, and give
and
that girl some
hair.
arms.
Give her some arms and do something with her hair.
See, we're trying to, we're blessed and saddled with vegetables. They're both a blessing and a saddlement at the same time.
Settlement.
Because they're a blessing because everyone likes them very much.
Yeah,
they're
that's
they're
good.
very
That's a blessing.
popular.
Uh-huh.
So it helps you to tell a
Right.
story with the vegetables,
Sure.
but then people like it. They
Right.
want it.
They want it.
But at the same time, you want to actually give girls, a beautiful role model.
Uh-huh.
But she has to be limbless and green. And so you're trying to think, okay, no girl's gonna want to play with this Barbie doll. It's got no arms, and it's green, and has brown eyes that look like amphibious eyes until
No,
we
see, look, those
whites
are
see-
nice.
Yeah, because they
See,
have
you give
whites
the
around
whites,
them.
yeah,
the
so
whites.
she looks nice.
They make it work.
Oh, and Tom Bancroft actually helped us out a little bit with character design here too.
Right.
From his work on Little Mermaid.
Yeah, he worked on Little Mermaid, right?
He did, yeah. And so I think
think.
the line of the upper lip, of her upper lip, he helped kind of tweak that a little bit.
He tweaked the line of her upper lip.
Yeah,
Wow.
and her teeth, I think. Because
Wow.
Joe Sapulich did the major character design in her, but Tom kind of helped out a little bit there too.
Oh, here goes the levitating crown. Look at that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should put little jets on the bottom of it, like a little Jetsons car. That would have been better. That
would've
wouldn't have
been
been
good.
freaky.
See, we were being very filmic here. We were
Yeah.
saying, or just we wanted her crown to represent her responsibility. And so
right.
she's wrestling with the responsibility that God has given her.
Right.
Whether she should take that responsibility, put the crown on, and act in her role as
Regal.
a queen,
Right.
to help her people, or if
Right.
she's just gonna
It's the mantle
if
of-
she's just gonna save herself.
Right.
Right.
And people at Big Idea have noticed that on days where I don't wear my crown, I'm wrestling with the responsibility
There you go.
of Big Idea.
There you go. But if it just weren't so floaty, it might have worked a little bit
Yeah,
better.
I don't, man. See, again, it's the saddlement.
That's right.
They're a blessing and a saddlement.
Yeah, I've never heard settlement before. I've heard curse, but
Settlement?
never settlement.
settlement.
Upward settlement. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
we won't want to call it a curse, though.
I'm trying to expand your vocabulary.
Thank you.
Because at some point you run out of real words, and the only way to increase your, encyclopedic vocabulary is to make up your own words.
What were those called in the 80s? The sniglets? Is that what those were called?
Sniglets?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You
Oh
remember
yeah, that's
Sniglets?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was that? A Saturday Night Live thing or?
No. I think
was
it
that?
might have been a Saturday Night Live thing. It
I
took
don't
on its
know.
own, and then George Bush came
Is
up
she
with
sliding?
a couple of
What's
his own.
going on there? She's just sliding across the floor.
Well, but
She
you don't
like
see
a
her.
dry ice puck on a
it-
frictionless surface.
It needed to be very graceful, and since we weren't seeing her feet, we thought
Yeah.
we could have the
we
feeling
thought we
like
could
she was
pull off
walking
a lot of
with her
things
legs.
that we were evidently not quite right
It's
about.
all very experimental.
This is our most avant-garde film, until Autotainment, of course.
Yes. Wait till you see Autotainment.
Oh boy. And the
Oh, there's-
birds.
those are Brad Hebert's birds.
Brad Hebert's birds.
Yep.
Bless
Birds
him.
by Hebert.
Bless his
He has his own
birds.
little boutique in downtown
That's
Ontario.
nice. That's pretty. That's awfully pretty. The floor's shimmering a bit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
See, now this is the same move that we used
That's nice.
as Haman was approaching me for. So when Haman brought the plot against the queen, we used that move, and now that Esther is going to foil the plot against her
Oh,
people.
I see. So that's
you know.
symbolic?
Yeah,
Is that a
there's so
metaphor?
much. Yeah, we just went nuts with
Wow.
just artistry here.
Art is yes,
Yeah.
it's chock full of artistry.
Yeah.
That's what it said on the back of the box.
That's right.
When it was released. And we missed the flush. He flushed. That was
Yep.
our first flush joke in a VeggieTales video, right?
Oh yeah, that was our first flush joke. It was kind of
Yeah.
like, remember in All in the Family when the first time the toilet went off in All in the Family
No.
in the 70s, and it was like a big scandal.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't as big of a scandal now.
I don't remember
In the
that so
90s.
much. But this was the first Christian film to flush a toilet.
I think
I
so.
think.
Didn't they? I don't know if they did that in Ben-Hur or not. I can't remember. The chariot race, they ran by a porta potty. But and I gotta say too, Steve
Yeah.
Leeper was in charge of the layout process here, and Alex Lee.
This was pretty involved.
Did a lot of great layout in it as well,
Come on over here,
as well as the other
Queen
layout
Boo.
artists. They did a lot of great work in layout. That layout is creating all of the camera moves and shots
stuff.
and everything.
Is there glass in that window?
There is a paint. It's just a texture. It's not real glass.
Yeah,
but we
I
wanted to
didn't
give it
think so.
some kind of a reflection feel, so it didn't look like it was just nothing there.
Okay. Oh, things are getting tense now. Is this Act 3? Are we in Act 3 yet?
Yeah. Oh no.
No.
Oh, I can't.
What?
I can't remember how
No.
the acts broke down.
Meh.
Yeah, no, she still failed here. This is the first time she tries to deliver the message, but she can't.
She can't. All right, she chickens out.
Now there was debate among scholars whether Esther was really afraid about this, or whether
Yeah.
she was actually scheming herself.
Really?
And building tension and
Dramatic
getting
tension?
and actually
make a
getting
better movie?
Haman, well, not to make a better movie, but getting Haman into a place where he was more trapped,
really?
and actually trying to spin this whole thing so Haman would get his.
Hey, this narrator was our friend Eric Metaxas.
Oh yeah, because he's from New York, so he can do a New York accent really well.
He's very authentic.
That's right.
Authentico.
That's right.
Oh.
We can do Chicago accents pretty
He's
well.
actually a children's book author,
That's right.
not an official voiceover guy.
But he did a good job
It
as
worked
a
out
voiceover
well.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. What's with the
Yeah,
puzzle
sorry
piece?
about that.
Holy
Sorry
mackerel.
about that. It's Trivial Pursuit.
Out of control. Yeah, this is a good Trivial Pursuit gag.
Yeah.
I wrote a Twister gag that was supposed to go next, but it got
Oh,
cut
yeah.
too. So
I
much
remember
got cut.
Yep.
Man.
And it got cut even further for international because it had to get down to a half an hour.
Yeah. Woo, boy. There's like just the credits now.
Yep.
Opening theme and the credits.
Yeah.
I like all the design work on all the cups and everything.
Yeah, I love the color work in the chamber there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the way the greens and the reds
Nice stuff.
all work together.
Nice stuff. Although I like the bedroom better. The Nezer's bedroom in the.
Oh yeah.
When is that? That's next? Is that next?
I believe so.
This is
Yeah.
a tense scene.
Oh no, Nezer. Oh yeah. You know
Yeah,
what?
that's
next.
after
Yep.
this. I think. Look at that. That's a pretty
Yeah.
cool trick.
Yep. Now Luis Contreras, storyboard artist here, actually when he boarded this, he boarded, Haman went there, flipping these cards. And the first thing I said was, "Are you crazy? We can't do that." But it was such a nice little device for him to have.
And money was no object.
That's right. Well, and they said, "Oh, we could do that. That'll be automatic."
Yeah, there's a button for that.
Just like the hair. And so we went ahead and did it, and I'm glad we did because it's a very nice little effect. But it took its toll.
It took its toll on us all.
Yeah, but it's very nice. Yeah, and it should have been closer to his body because it kind of looks a little floaty.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Again, Dan O'Brien did the lighting on this.
Very nice lighting. Whoa! What happened there?
Yeah, his cards flew out of his hands because he was so
Out of his
surprised
not
by.
hands.
And now they're blowing just with the wind.
Because there's, sometimes when even someone without hands can't hang on to his cards.
That's right. They all just flip out.
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Yep.
And it's accurate. This is biblically accurate.
And look at this. Look at this. Janet.
Janet.
Okay, now that is the answer to who
Right.
was the youngest Jackson.
Right.
Yep.
We hope
So-
you all got that because, we're
It's
working
not
hard
Tito.
on these jokes. You better be laughing.
More recent.
Yeah, the lighting in here, I love the lighting in this scene.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
really
look at
nice.
that. That's like butter.
Yep.
Just like butter.
Well lit butter. I can't believe it's not butter.
That
Actually, it's
melts
so well
in
lit.
your mouth.
Like it when you read me these records.
But this scene is a little, I don't know, maybe this was too sublime for, Act 3.
Yeah?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's funny, though. Did you guys think this was funny? Because I thought it was funny.
I kind of liked it.
Because this
I
is
worked kind
actually
of a
what
little-
happens. You see, here's the thing. This is actually what happens. Now, Robert McKee, in his book Story, who's the godfather of screenwriting, says the fact that it actually happened is the worst possible reason to put something in a movie. So, color us guilty of that. And maybe it's only funny to people, who know the Bible story so well that they think it's funny how accurate this is, even while seeming ridiculous. People who don't know the Bible story so well just think it seems ridiculous, and maybe they don't like it. I don't know.
Well, I think we're just
I
a
thought
little
it was
sensitive
funny.
to critique. Maybe that's
What are you
it
calling
is.
sensitive? I'm not sensitive.
I liked it. You liked it. My 4-year-old daughter liked it.
And look, he's got feet under the covers.
yeah.
He's got little feet. That's going the extra mile.
Really great
Yep,
guy
yep.
that I really want
But the wall behind Haman outside in the hall is defocused, and I don't think that's a justifiable.
Yeah, we were learning
use
a
of
lot
depth of
about
field.
depth
Now
of
there
field.
it is, kind of, because we're in
You
tights.
know what Dan O'Brien did?
But on the long shot,
After Esther, he went out with his camera, playing with his f-stop and his
Yeah.
focus and everything, and everything, all those photography things.
Yeah.
And he actually took like dozens of pictures of a single object.
I remember
in
they were up
reality,
on the
and then we
wall.
created this chart over how realistic camera
Right.
will pick up depth of field, and we just didn't quite have all that information in yet. So we learned a lot.
right? We learned a lot. Again, it was like an episode of The Wonder Years.
Yep.
Where much was learned. We all sang the What Have We Learned song
Yep.
after we finished the show.
Yep.
See, but this is true. This really happened.
Yep.
We're not making this stuff up, Well, parts of it. But
Like the fedora. We made the fedora.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, those are nice shots. When did we start doing nice rim lighting
what
like
I
that?
do without you.
Look at that. That's gorgeous rim
We
lighting.
did some rim lighting in King George and the Ducky.
Oh, I think it was
Yeah.
King George and the
Yeah.
Ducky.
Every last one.
But rim lighting makes a big difference.
Yeah, and it's quite hard.
Characters away from the background.
It's quite hard in computer animation because it happens actually in real life because of the imperfections on a surface.
Uh-huh.
Lucky thing you
But you actually have to set up a rim light.
Yeah, you have to kind of fake it to
Yep.
make it happen in CGI.
Yep.
You should just ask me tomorrow.
In fact, rim lighting in CGI was kind of born with Bug's Life. That was one
Oh,
of the
that's
first,
my favorite
the
animated
first stills
film of all
came out
time.
from Bug's Life before it was released, and the
like
CGI
Coco
community
Lack,
went,
Haman.
"Oh my goodness, how'd they do that lighting?"
Yeah,
because
yeah.
no one had really seen that before.
Be saved. Esther's
that's a
gotta
great
come
movie.
through. And she's only got
Yeah, we'll
one
pause
more
to honor.
chance.
Okay, now
Bug's
this
Life.
was very filmic too. We just
Oh,
did
yeah,
a
look at
simple
this.
change of light over this
That's
palace
filmic.
to indicate night to day to night. Pass and a day
Very
passes.
filmic.
Yep.
Should have been nominated for something or other. I don't know what. Now they're having pizza.
Yep.
Do you know
See,
if
I
we
love
use-
the coloring in here. Isn't that nice? The
Yeah, that's
yellow and
nice.
the green and the
That
red.
is nice. Do you know if we use the pizza box logo that we always use for our pizza boxes?
I think it has the lion pizza on there
You will.
from Daniel and the Lion's Den.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late.
Maybe we can get a shot of that. Move around on the other side.
Okay, now the pizza box was very strategic too, because we tried to hide a lot with that pizza box, because Nezer doesn't really. He was actually intersecting the sofa.
Right.
We couldn't get him to sit well, and still because if we were to sit him completely on the
Right.
couch, his mouth crunches up into his nose and he looks really weird. So we used the pizza box to actually hide the fact that he was not
There's some nice depth
sitting.
of field. That's a decent depth of field
Yeah,
application.
that was pretty good.
Most of our veggies are not good sitters.
No, they're not.
Is this true?
I don't know what she's
Hence the joke in Rack Shack and Benny with Bob.
Right.
Whether he's sitting or standing.
Prove this charge?
I'm sitting. Ooh, his hat is kind of buzzing. Look at that.
Banish, IPT.
Like that little bunch of grapes there.
Yeah, it's a
Hanging
nice
on a little
bunch
grape.
of grapes. What's
grapevine.
IPT stand for?
The Island of Perpetual Tickling.
Right.
Yep,
Good.
yep.
I was hoping you remembered. That was just a test.
Oh, look at the color in that. Isn't that nice?
That is
Everything bouncing
nice.
in there.
Yeah, very colorful. Oh, and well lit.
Now you remember that?
Dark
You see that curtain, that semi-transparent
Yeah,
curtain
that's
back there? We had more trouble with
Oh
that.
yeah, that curtain was a nightmare.
Yep.
Man, if you're gonna make a CGI
Nicole.
film, don't pick a semi-transparent curtain. Just
I have, Nicole.
Bad bird,
what's-
bad bird.
Bad bird. You know what my son calls the whale from Jonah?
What?
The
The
Yeah, because it goes when he's less than 2 at the time of this recording, so he calls it
That's funny.
Yep.
Do you think he'll be older later?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. By the time this comes out in your grocer's aisle,
He'll be about 12. Oh dear. What's this? What's going on? Oh yes, this is the wrap up.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and this is
is
really what
nice.
the king does. He plays
Yeah.
tic-tac-toe. Yeah.
See, look how happy they are. Everything is right.
Everything
Now,
right is right.
everything
Yep.
wrong is right again.
Showed more courage than 10 kings.
Save
And
my
she
king
comes
child.
out, and the score swells, and it's so Disney-rific. And
Disney-rific, and if we could just keep
Epic.
this scene from buzzing, it would work well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of buzz in here. Wait till we turn the corner, then it's just gonna get crazy.
Ouch.
Yup,
But then look, she gives this look to the camera.
Yep.
just like you.
Oh man, it just gets you right there.
And then it starts to Yeah, that's all right.
It's electric.
And then it gets back, so you can't really tell too much.
The foliage is a little thin.
Yeah, it looked
That's
better at night.
expensive stuff. Foliage is expensive stuff.
It was mostly designed for nighttime scenes.
Oh
so-
look, and that's the end.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good, you know.
I don't
Yeah,
think that was a pretty good
the
job.
critics were wrong. I think they were wrong about this one.
Bad critics.
Okay, we floated a few crowns and other things.
Yeah,
A little excessively, but it's
yeah.
a pretty good show.
All in
I
all,
think
yeah.
overall.
Yeah, I think.
And the score is by far the best score we had ever done.
Yeah.
Because we actually used like half an orchestra for this one, and before we just used little bits and pieces of an orchestra
like a guitar and
to record the score.
like a guitar and trumpet.
Did this? I think we had like a 12-piece string section on this one.
Yeah, and I think he actually doubled it. So they recorded.
Yeah, so
the
it
same
sounds like
people.
24.
Right.
But it was really 12. Is that deceptive? Do you think that's dishonest?
Well, if you say you have a 24-piece orchestra.
Oh, then
in
it
the
would be
credits.
dishonest.
Yeah, but we didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
No.
What did we say? I think we listed,
just
listed
yeah,
their names. I think.
names, yep.
Did we list their names?
Yep. It's probably coming up pretty soon. And I think the puppy song is coming up here pretty soon. Oh, the other thing about this show is it didn't have a silly song. And we were trying to get away with, the puppies song as the silly song. But since we had to cut it so much, nobody
Right.
bought that it was
They
a
didn't
silly
buy
song.
that. No, we
And
tried to make that
We
argument.
had a lot of complaints about that. It didn't have countertop either. Originally we had countertop written for this, but it was too long.
Right.
And so,
Like an hour long.
and I think that was part of what, we got complaints about because it had no silly song and it had no countertop.
Yeah, we always get complaints when we do
Yeah.
something that's, out of the ordinary, a little bit different. The letters come in. Where's my silly
Char,
song?
she played the cello
She played
too,
the cello
and the
too.
accordion.
What do you know about that?
Okay, oh, here's the whole song.
There's the string players.
Puppies, tender
fluffy puppies, lost puppies.
Glad you didn't say tender juicy.
No,
That
tender
would have been
fluffy.
bad. Tender, what's a tender puppy?
I don't know. It's like a soft little puppy.
Is it like emotionally tender or?
I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
I don't know. Tender.
Okay. Well, there you
Oh,
go.
2000. Look at that.
2000,
Or
we
maybe
made
we
it.
did it in 99 and it came
We
out
don't
in
know when
2000.
we did it. We don't even know where we are. I don't know. This is Phil.
This is Mike signing off.
Good night.